we take that oil so that a lot of people will have the oil as well, will have the money of the oil. Anybody who thinks the oil of Biafra belongs to only Biafra is just deceiving himself. As long as we're in Nigeria, we will make sure that we have uninterrupted supply of oil, so that there will be uninterrupted supply of money to our state, as long as we are called Nigeria. Of course, we are not the same people. We have to understand that, look, I am a Fulani man, and Ijo is different, Yoruba is different, but then God has made us to stay together. So why can't we attempt to stay together? And I honestly do not mind, even if we hold pathways, let's sit on the table, around the table, and I agree that, look, that oil of Biafra, Jigawa cannot have a share. No way. You know, I don't mind us talking like that. But as of today, that oil, we shall do everything within our means, everything with our blood, to defend our oil in Biafra.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And this is the same man that was bragging after Muhammad Buhari was used to rig election. Boko Haram in northern part of the zoo called Nigeria was used to rig election that brought in Muhammad Buhari. And this man was bragging that after 4-year term of Muhammad Buhari, that the Igbos will be irrelevant in northern part of the zoo called Nigeria. This is the conversation he was having with someone else.
Very much, Kunle. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Honestly, I accept your congratulations, even though I'm PDP. Because I remember one time when the fighting in Borno, when our people were being killed left and right. Then what is the I said, do you remember one time when our people were being killed in Borno State, left and right, Bauchi, Gombe, everywhere in the north? Of course. I remember you were saying that was there any Southerner among us, we were the one killing ourselves. I always remember this statement, Mr. Kule. But look at this today now. Today our brother is in charge, and I'm sure he made it clear to the world. The first thing he said was that he was moving the command of Nigerian army to Maiduguri until when Boko Haram is over. So if not your brother as the president, who will do it for you? But we could have done it to anybody in Nigeria. But you can see that some people refuse to do it for us. So really, today I understand why we have to have the presidency, honestly. No, it's like that, Kule. Kule is like that. Because how can anybody convince us that some miscreants cannot be dealt with by Nigerian army? Why can't we believe it was deliberately left? Even if there is no involvement of government hand in it, why can't we believe that it was deliberate and let them kill themselves? Well, it has come out even very clear, because it was at a point in our campaign, they were saying that by the killings of Boko Haram, there will be no population again. In fact, let me tell you why the North insisted that Jonathan has to go, because we had the plan that if Jonathan continues, the same problem will happen in Kano, the same problem will happen in Sokoto, the same problem will happen in Jos.
You can now understand why Boko Haram terrorists are preserved. You can now understand why Boko Haram terrorists are killing people who are not Fulanis. You can understand why Boko Haram terrorists are used by these APC politicians to destroy lives and properties, especially those of Christians. You can now understand why those people that they have taken from the east to go and fight Boko Haram in Zambisa forest are not given any weapons, because they felt that Jonathan was being high-handed against Boko Haram terrorists. They felt that Jonathan was actually making it up, and in a bid for him to destroy the North, was embarking on all manner of human rights abuses against the North. He campaigned vigorously against Jonathan and called Jonathan all manner of names for Jonathan to, relinquish power by all means. And they actually succeeded. They are now telling you that after 4-year term of Muhammad Buhari, that Igbos will be irrelevant. And is it not happening? That is why Fulani herdsmen is everywhere rampaging. and killing and destroying lives, and nobody is talking. They are rather tacitly defending them.
Until when our population is depleted. We are going to have a kind of semi-regional system. Lagos is going to have special status. It means nobody again will control Lagos. The indigenes of Lagos are the ones that are going to control Lagos.
And is it not happening today? What is happening in Lagos is an eye-opener for each and every one of us, especially our people living in that particular region. And in the north is what this man was saying not happening to our people today. Our economic activities have been destroyed. The borders have been closed. Everywhere you are as a Biafran, somebody from the old eastern region, it's not only Igbos, but by Igbos they meant everybody from the old eastern region. You are not having it easy. Houses are burnt down, businesses are burnt down. You need to take what this man said here very seriously.
They can form land policies. Do you get me? They may decide to say, you as a Yoruba man in Lagos, you will pay 5,000 naira per annum for a land as rent. Me as a Hausa man, I will pay 10,000 naira. Ipob man will pay 1 million naira. This is why they are heading to war. Do you get me? So now, unfortunately, again, the attitude of the Igbos have made the illiterate northerners who have not gone to school to realize now, I say they are powerful. They are the one who gave these people land to stay. They are the one who give them food by the power of God. Yes. They are the one who accommodated them by the power of God. Yes. Do you get me? Yes. Since Igbos can turn around and humiliate us, you are in Nigeria, I'm in Nigeria. Rochas was actually brought up in the north. But it is in his own state. That's why we are telling you, even the Amechi, the Rochas of color that are MP, we don't trust them. They are on their own. Let me tell you this. They are on their own. Nobody can deceive us again. We are wise now.
You can now understand why Amechi and Rochas Okorocha and the rest of them are trying very hard. They are trying very hard to serve their masters. They are trying very hard to please them, so that they will be in their good book. You can understand why they are very wicked against their own people. You can understand why they are ready to do everything humanly possible to destroy our land. The Fulanese, the Arewa Consultative Forum, gave them ultimatum to behave or be dealt with. This clip should be played over and over and over. Everything this man said here, Farouk Adamu, everything he said here, he is the one that was called Alhaji in that conversation, not any other person. He was the one that was being referred to as Alhaji, and that was his voice. This man on the screen is Farouk Adamu. He was a House of Representative member during Jonathan's administration. He was embittered. He led the charge for Jonathan's humiliation, together with other terrorist supporters of his Northern Hausa Fulani extraction. And after Muhammad Buhari was forcibly used to rig an election and they ousted Jonathan, he had to make this particular audio conversation in jubilation, in satisfaction of what has happened. And he made a number of important predictions or pronouncements that all of us must not live in a hurry today. Everything he has said has happened and is still happening. And for those who are jogging off for 2023 Igbo presidency, Nigerian presidency of Igbo extraction in 2023, you are going to be dealt with. You are hoping for that 2023. If care is not taken as a dead man, they are going to destroy you. Three things may happen. There may be a military takeover. There may be serious uncontrollable violence everywhere, or they will give this particular presidency that you are actually going for and jubilating over to a Yoruba man or anybody from outside the upland part of Biafra land. Today they are telling you about meritocracy. Anybody can contest election. But before now, they were talking about the fact that it is the northern part of the zoo called Nigeria that is rightfully placed to have a shot at the presidency of that contraption. Today, everybody is now talking about meritocracy. The likes of El Rufai, the likes of former Emir of Kano, Sanusi. Listen to this man. We must take what he has said seriously, and you need to go down memory lane and appreciate the fact that what he has said has happened and it's still happening.
No, what I'm telling you is that Rochas he's running to Sultan. He didn't know Sultan has no significance in this government. Even last 2 days he was in Sokoto. He didn't know that even Sultan has no significance in this government. He was in this north. It was Rochas state, Imo state, that they started saying that Hausa people must have ID card to live in that state.
Yes.
Can you hear me? They say Hausa people must have ID card to live in state.
Yes.
Until when we mobilize our people there and say, okay, in that case, all Southerners must live north. Then Jonathan now realized that there was something going on. He said, no, these things have to stop. So are we mad? You get me? Count every 5 shops in this north. 4 shops are owned by Igbos. What is Igbo's contribution in the economy? It's not trade. And fraudulent trade for that matter, including you. Igbo have cheated you, unless if you are not buying spare parts and tires and medicine. So or not so?
It's so allergic.
Do you get me? Yet we accommodated them. Is it going to Dubai to bring fake drugs that we cannot do it? Now the plan is drugs now. No Igbo man will again sell drugs in this north. We are going to bring it from Kano. Drugs are brought by air. They are going to open massive coolers, rooms in Kano and import it all north, and maybe whatever we want to buy, come and buy from Kano. No Igbo will sell drugs again. We are tired of all this nonsense. We know how to control our places the way they control their own. What we are saying is that we are all Nigerians, but we are going to learn what they are doing in Southeast and do it in the North too. Simple.
Yeah.
We don't have ancestors, but if Buhari today, as president of this country, want to buy land in the East, he will go and negotiate everything. Tomorrow the chiefs will come and tell him that ancestors made them yesterday night and said they should not sell the land for them. So we don't have ancestors, or we are betraying ourselves. We, our ancestors have told us that we have been careless. That's why we suffered for the past 6 years. We have to wake up now.
No,
it's a very serious thing.
No,
we cannot, sir. Your society is already adulterated. That's why, to be honest to you, let me tell you, to be honest to you, we never wanted Buhari in this law, so we wanted Konkoso.
Yes.
We want.
That's what I'm saying.
If it is Konkoso,
the primary, Konkoso will have defeated Buhari.
Listen to me. You know the Tinibus and prefer Buhari because they can.
He really tried.
Can you hear me? Because Konkoso will have solved this North-South problem for us within 6 months. In Kano, Konkoso gathered all the Igbos and told them that all these drugs that he closed all those fake drugs they are selling in Kano. They know him now. So that's why we wanted Konkoso to be the Igbos made in Abuja and warned us after the election that they were the ones in charge of 75% of Abuja is their own. They should be given minister of. Can you imagine? Negotiate say this is the governor they want with their rulers everything. Igbo say no, he cannot be governor. Haba. In somebody's land. Habakule. The arrogance is too much. So 10 years ago I have warned it. I said the Igbos are building nation within our nation. They will engage us within our nation and reinforce from their nation. That is exactly what we saw during the tenure of Jonathan. Immediately we voted Jonathan. What we did to Jonathan in this north, Igbos in the north, their chiefs gathered and came to Aso Villa. To the glare of everybody on TV, they say it was nobody that voted Jonathan, but the Igbos were the ones who voted him. Did you not hear that one? Did you not read it? In our own land, Igbo say we didn't vote Jonathan. It was they that voted Jonathan. Two, before elections again, they gathered themselves and came and met Jonathan. I met in Abuja and said that they are directing all Igbos in the north must vote Jonathan. We don't mind. We don't mind. Let them vote anybody. But can you do that in the southeast? Can you hear me? In the southeast, all houses in the southeast were prevented from voting. Find out. Yes, find out. But yet in our own land, they will stand and say that it is their problem that forced above Lagos to say that if they try to frustrate the decision of the Yorubas, they will send them to ocean. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal, but in the southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful and relevant again in the southeast. Wait and see.
You have heard this pronouncement, and when this pronouncement was made initially in 2015, 2014, 2015, a lot of us were actually doubting it, and we made a number of broadcasts on this and intimated our people that this is going to happen, and it is happening today. This is Farouk Adamu, and he does not mince any words in what he is saying. He actually fought against Jonathan, and today our people in northern part of that contraption called Nigeria and our people in Yoruba land are having it very, very hot. Very, very hot, especially those who are doing businesses. The hatred against our people is unprecedented. The hatred against what concerns Biafra and Biafran people is out of this world by these men that heaven will never favor in any way. This is what they have planned for us, and some of us are still wondering what is happening. This is an orchestrated plan. This is an orchestrated plot put forward by the APC government of Janjaweed Fulanis in charge, the political arm of Boko Haram. You can begin to imagine why Boko Haram terrorists are being protected and people from Biafra land are being taken to go and fight in Zambisa forest without any weapons. And those our brothers are even jubilating. We are in Zambisa forest. Where is Shakawa and all that? I hope that the family members of those our brothers are taking note. You must have to appreciate the fact that there is slow but steady genocide going on against our people. It is planned, it is clinically being executed, and there is nothing anybody can do about it unless we begin to do the needful. The so-called money, billions, that they have been sharing since 5 years ago is being actually taking place in the northern part of the contraption called Nigeria, not in Biafra land, not any other place. Yet you still have the most horrendous and unprecedented humanitarian crisis in the same north that they have taken painstaking effort to make sure that their people are living in comfort, despite all the billions of the worthless naira and dollars and pounds that they get from international aid donors. The north remains disappointingly poor and backwards. What have you to say about it? It is nemesis. You cannot give what you don't have. The Most High God has not blessed you, and though you cannot wickedly take from the people whom God has blessed and turn them into slaves, and you think that you're going to prosper, it is not going to be possible. a lot of things are going to happen even in the nearest future. This COVID-19 or coronavirus pandemic is an avenue and a vehicle through which these northern Hausa Fulani, I need to remove Hausas out of this. The northern Fulani Islamic fundamentalists are going to use it to do whatever they can to depopulate us. This man Farouk Adamu was making reference to the fact that that Jonathan's aim in government was to deplete the population of the north. That Jonathan was even arresting ordinary northern Fulani indigents and calling them Boko Haram terrorists. But today, you know better. They even use it to campaign against him. That Fulani headsmen Boko Haram terrorists will be a thing of the past. Today, what you are seeing is a tip of the iceberg. These people are going to overrun us if care is not taken. Their aim is jihad, and they are setting their eyes on every territory that does not belong to them before. You remain an infidel and an animal that must be slaughtered at any particular point in time if you are somebody from Biafra land living in northern part of the zoo called Nigeria. No matter how hard you try to warm your heart into them or to please them, they are not your friends. If you think you are successful in business and you are doing whatever you can, bragging and think that you have arrived, just one moment, just 1 minute, just 1 second, just 5 minutes is enough for these people to destroy you physically and economically. They are dealing with our people everywhere. This is the time for our people to have some level of reflection and introspection, to re-strategize and to make a headway as to the decision of their lives. If you think that this coronavirus pandemic is all about misery for our people, think twice, because this is a way the Most High God has indeed brought in some level of succor for our people. Forget about the hunger and not going to work and all that. We will survive it. We will indeed emerge even stronger. But it is also another opportunity for our people who are living in northern part of the zoo called Nigeria to have a rethink. As you can see, one economic policy is enough to cripple your business. One economic policy is enough to destroy you forever. So if you are living outside Biafra land and in any other place in the contraption called Nigeria, you are a slave. You are the 21st century slave that will not have the capacity to fight back when these enemies of ours come after you. Of course, we are not fighting back now. This is a moment of reflection. This is a time of transition for our people to think twice, especially those who are doing business outside Biafra land. It is better that you are in a foreign land outside the shores of that hellish Lugadian contraption called Nigeria and be called a foreigner and be called a stranger. It is better than you are in the zoo called Nigeria outside Biafra land and you are regarded as an animal and as an infidel that must be slaughtered at any particular point in time of their choice. They are sharing the money from Biafra land with impunity. Yet the lot of the northerners has not improved. This is Radio Biafra presentation. We are live from London and reaching wherever you are on this planet Earth. The number to call it plus 447-405-964-146 plus 447-405-964-146. If you call this number, of course, we will take your call. This is once again platform. I wanted to advertise a WhatsApp number, but it is not up and running at the moment. So the number on the screen there is the number to call as always. Some of our people have been asking what is the number to call and that you have to write it for us. For those who are watching on Facebook, you can actually find the number on the screen and make that call if you can. Very soon we'll be giving way for our people who are on the platform of House of Service. Until then, we will take a few calls and call it a night. We'll be back in a minute.
I'm a freedom fighter. I'm not a militant. Oh, I'm a freedom fighter for my nation, Biafra. I'm a freedom fighter. I'm not a militant. Oh, every day.
Right. Caller on Messenger, can you hear me?
Yeah, my deputy, please guide, protect you and our leader, including all your family members, over this pandemia or syndromatic COVID-19 or whatever English words they choose to give to it, because we always like to fantasize evil things with good names. Anyway,
Yes.
I don't have much things to say, but I want to throw more light to the phone call. There are things, because I just noticed that very point, that vital point, recently from the clip we just played. And that is exactly what has kept the Boko Haram working. They're kind of showing themselves as superpower of Africa or the whole world, that they are a kind of that nobody can defeat them.
What is happening now is a revenge. They believed that Jonathan was fighting Boko Haram and killing them and reducing the population of the north, and now this is their own time, the opportunity they have to destroy, to kill many people from who are not from that particular place, and that is why the persecution against Christians are increasing.
Exactly, and because when you listen to the man towards his closing conversation with that man, he made mention of a particular sensitive words, as in a kind of security sensitive words, but our people could not, or they did not listen or digest it very well. He said that from Namadi Sambo, that is the vice president of Goodluck Jonathan, to the last man in the north,
that they are all Boko Haram.
Thank you, sir. So what does that imply? What does that entail? Is that not what is happening right now? That if all the northerners are Boko Haram, how do you think that our brothers who are Nigerian soldiers will be able to defeat and kill the whole northerners? even the alamachris on the street, all of them are informants, all of them are missionaries. Both their women, they are missionaries, they are all informants of Boko Haram. That is why America came and left. Even the Chad that decimate them right now came before and left because they noticed that they are kind of pranks.
They are protecting Boko Haram, simple as that.
They are using them for political reasons. You know,
they are using them to make money, my brother. But you see how God is working. Despite all the billions that they have used Boko Haram violence to attract to the northern part of the zoo called Nigeria, including the creation of is it Northeast Development Commission or whatever, all in a bid to make money, including the so-called is it money transfer? What do they call it? To the poor. I don't even know what they call it. The cash that they are sending to the so-called poorest of the poorest. Everything is meant for the North, but yet their condition is even getting poorer and poorer. It's not improving. Don't you see that God is wonderful? According to Farouk Adamu.
According to him, that is him. He garnished his food, his soup, with a great seasoning by sealing it that is God not wonderful. Then the
God is wonderful.
God now,
God is wonderful, actually.
The wonderfulness of God right now has now reflect back to them because some few days ago, a Chad president came out to the war front with the Chad militaries to decimate these people. He destroyed them heavily, and I believe that the reason why he did that right now was that there was nobody anymore in Nigerian government. There was nothing like a presidency. There was nothing like a ministry of defense. There was nothing like what they call it.
The people running Nigeria are rogues, criminals. That cabal.
Sir, if you watch that video, you will see millions of ammunitions that
they recovered. I saw it.
They recovered and they took it back to their country. And if they should share it to Nigerians, everybody will have like two AK-47.
My
they
goodness.
recover these things. They recover this thing and return it back to Chad. That is to tell you that these people are they are using us for a kind of to make ends meet. You know, but I thank God. God is wonderful, just like him.
God is wonderful.
So the other one I will just say to cut it off because you don't have much time is that there is one video that I sent to you right now that is trending, and our people in China, sir, something is happening there. I think you should check your messenger right now. Chinese government has chased our people, but I'm just blaming those of them that left Nigeria to China for business. When they are fully aware that China is not safe for them to do business, they fly. They manage to kind of smuggle themselves because most of them that lodge in the hotel right now have been chased out from the hotel, and those that reside in the residential areas have been chased out of the house. Even the ones that has a kind of the married ones, they're married in a locals in that very place, like indigenous. They don't mind. They chase them. As I'm speaking to you right now, rain has been beating them in on the streets.
My goodness, I have heard about what is going on in China, but I have to look at it.
Sir, I said the video is correct. Even it's on my timeline right now. Our people, they are crying out. But what I noticed there was that Nigerian government, in all these Asian countries, before
they are working against our people.
Yes, sir.
The Nigerian embassy officials are working against our people. They're collaborating with the host governments to, molest our people, to humiliate our people. We all know that.
So, what I want to say now, if possible, though, but we must continue. if our people can now stand up, if they should not, if they can stand up right now to campaign against buying Chinese products, both importations, anything product from China, because I believe that we are major buyer, big buyer of Chinese products, and we should start at the same time rejecting their products in our land. If only our people should listen. Because, sir, if you watch that video right now, you will cry. People carry their bags, roaming the street under rain, under heavy rain, and they say that that rain has been falling for 7 days now. For 7 days now. And all those guys are evil guys.
We will need to have make some contact with our people there, because it's very important that they tell the world what is going on. And it is a very wrong time for this thing to be happening when there is no movement, nothing, and all that. Who knows what they are doing with them?
Answer. Do you know that China must be held accountable for those guys, because their life is no longer safe, and all of them, I believe that all of them are infected because they're using them for an experiment.
When they chase you outside, when they take that person outside, the person will get lost.
Yes. Just like what the doctor, a professional doctor from France, said, that Africans are normally used, that they don't know why China's kind of wanted to use their people, that they should have used. They want to use
Africans. They want to use the coronavirus vaccine or whatever.
Yes.
They want to test it on our people.
God is wonderful.
Sad. God is wonderful, but we need.
God is wonderful.
We need. You are an Asian country, Pastor. You are.
Yes, sir.
You are. So
yes,
we need you people to take lead on this, in making contact with our people in China and elsewhere. Of course, through our principal officers in different parts of Asia, we should be able to get certain information. But it is also very important that individually we do something. You need to make contact with our people who are living in China, who are living in other Asian countries, because this is a very difficult time for our people, especially when there is no movement. A lot of things may be happening.
No movement, and sir, I believe Mazi Oscar would have been on a better shape right now to make a speedy contact with the Chinese kind of IPOB, what they call it. Well, let's not discuss what we need to do on air at the moment. We need to take this on board, and it is also very important that our people who have relations in China make contact with them and to come out openly with what is going on. We need to verify everything. We have got an inkling of what is going on, but we also need our people there to narrate, all this. Because when we are saying that something is bitter, we should be able to, demonstrate that it is bitter. Very important. And I thank you for this information this evening. Thank you very much. God bless you. And keep it on. Thank you. This is whether Biafra representation unacceptable what our people are passing through in different parts of the world. But I can assure you that with every amount of determination and consistency, we shall emerge victorious. Let us go to the phone line. Can you hear me? Call on the phone. Good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi, for my deputy, the man who said that he will never allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I'm very happy to get you once again.
Good evening from here. Thank you.
One of us, thank you, sir. Every one of us, we've been battling, sitting at home in Abia. My name is Ukando. I am calling from Industrial Zone 2 in Aba, where I hail from Isialangwa in Mbosi. My deputy, I greet my leader. This man has been so wonderful. He has made the world. He has even worked hard that even if it is in a normal circumstance, Corona will not have been any match to him. So, at all the same, the only thing we are not saying, even like my opinion, is our people, if they have accepted being in this straight line, come together, do a thing at a time. Like all those people are talking in China now that have been thrown out. If you go in depth down now, you see that they are not IPOB members, but they are Biafrans. These are people who never believe in what the director is saying. If you go it down now, you find out. You see? So now, you go to the north, you see them there. Like the people in Nasarawa who were fighting themselves up and down there. When it happens, it will not come. These people should all come together, because if we all come together in one umbrella, it will be very difficult. To break a bundle of broom is too difficult. But if it is single, they break us. Look at what happened in Biafra the other day. They went to a village. If there was a coordinated attempt by our people, those days, if a village come from somewhere, somebody comes from another village to come and attack you, you will see that your brothers everywhere, they will rally around immediately and they will decimate such a thing. But today, these things are not there. That is why in my only two way, I always sing this song. If you want to be a pure Biafra, join IPOB. If you want to be a pure Biafra, join IPOB. Oh, join IPOB, join IPOB, join IPOB is the key. Because if we are there, then God on our side, everything will be very simple for us. So my deputy, I thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm not heard from my good Mazi for some time.
Yes, Mazi is okay. Mazi is okay.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Caller on Messenger, can you hear me? Good evening from here. Welcome to the program. Maybe if need be, we have to go on Facebook only, because our people on our service, we have to continue on our broadcast streaming platform. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening from here. Welcome to the program.
Good evening, sir. My name is Uche. I'm calling from Helsinki, Finland. I am a native of Ipob in Biafra land.
You are using a female's name, right?
That's my wife, picture that is there.
Yes, go ahead then. Go ahead.
All right. Mazi, I so much admire this name, your name, Ofo, Uche, Chuku, and that Ofo is so much important in my mouth.
Uche Mefor is my name. Mefor, not Ofo.
Yes, in that as original Igbo, man, Ofo is the greatest prayer. Ofo Ogologondo, Ofo Amamihe, Ofo Udo, Ofo Ihoma, Ofo Biafra Ainacho, Ofo Akaiji, and Ofo Edi Achokere Haka. That's why when you are talking, when our leader is talking, Okunabozara, Mazana Dekano, and as well all the people that are the media and anyone, because of this, our hands are clean. You normally say it. That makes that awful, because God Himself is the embodiment of truth.
Yes.
So whosoever that speaks truth have the nature of God, and there's no two ways about that. That's why God continues to advance us. So what I'm saying is that Leke Ogadreganam.
You say, my giwan. You say, my giwan.
Ogadreganam.
You say,
Ogadre Onyo Bnag Neku that na ga enwere onwe anyị na mma.
Ise.
Na ihe anyị na-achọ Chineke ga-emezi ya.
Ise.
And ọbịa na-agụrụ anyị ọgụ. Anyị enweghị ike ịlụ ọgụ ya. Ọ bụgodị na anyị nwere ike. But Chineke na-atinye na onye mmụọ ozi anọ na-aga n'ihu. Anyị ahụ n'aka ya.
Ise.
Chukwu ya bidoro nke a. Ọ gaghị akwụsị akwụsị.
Ise.
My prayer every morning is all those people who share the blood of our father, our mother, our children, millions, and continue sharing it. The air, God used the air, work against them. God used the moon, work against them. Let the star run contrary against them. Let the sun run contrary against them. Let their wife run contrary against them. Let their children run contrary against them. Any nation they run to, God work contrary against that nation, and then the nation will run contrary against them.
You say?
Every day, these bloody people and all that are supporting them, it doesn't really matter whether in secret or in open place. God will continue to chastise them, feeding them with their own flesh, and they will drink their own blood as a sweet wine. And God, at last, will give us this Biafra. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
God bless you.
So, God bless you, sir. So, about this clip you play, there's the two clips I had in my life that I can never forget. That clip is the Osman fellow who said that even though he didn't see anybody, he will employ foreigner. Second
yeah, that was Amadou Bello.
Yeah, Amadou Bello. Thank you.
But they are the same people.
Yes, Farouk Adam. Where I want to tip in something very quickly is this. Who is Boko Haram? Boko Haram is Fulani. So they divide themselves. It's like, in soldier we have signal, we have commando, we have this. That's how they do it.
That is the only way Fulanis can survive. Violence. Violence. They have nothing to offer. Violence. That is just what they have exploited, and they use it to intimidate everybody and cajole the international aid donors. Money is flowing, billions of pounds and dollars. Yet they are not improving their lives. Their lives remain in a very merciless and precarious situation. Go ahead.
Yes. Beloved, Boko Haram, they are all herdsmen. They have departments. They have what they are operating. Boko Haram, their work is two things they do. Then Fulani, in the name of Nigerian soldiers, will recruit all the Igbos, or the Southerners, or the Christians, and hand it over to them to slaughter. So
when they recruit them, they leave them without weapon anyway.
Yes, now they give the Boko Haram to slaughter to reduce our population. There's a time you start programming, you are announcing it. Some of them decamp, many decamp. Those they catch, they executed them. Now they say nobody can resign.
Yes, they have removed the voluntary retirement option they have in the military. But of course, we will see how it goes. My brother, you need to round off because a lot of people are calling, and we need to change the program.
Yes. Number two is generally what they're doing, that take over the village, kill everybody, and establish Fulani. So that is what they are doing. That's what I want to say now, because other things I have to give other portals.
Right.
This our
you are very well in order. Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
God bless all the Biafra.
Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you. This is for the Biafra presentation. Let's go to the line. I hear me caller for United States or Canada. I don't know.
Mazi Mefor.
Good evening from here.
Good evening, Mazi. My name is Elanya Uche.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I reside in Maya province, and I reside in New Jersey, USA, where I serve as the PRO of IPOB, New Jersey. Mazi, I want to thank Onyendu, Mazi Namdekano, for the work he's doing for us, and of course you, our deputy, Mazi. I want to quickly announce some of our initiatives. Our U.S. Census is still, ladies and gentlemen, the United States has even extended, giving us 2 more weeks to file the U.S. Census. So it's now going to end in mid-August. So we have enough time to file that U.S. Census.
That's fantastic.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm saying that's fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Our march in Washington, D.C. is still on June 20, 2020. We plan to storm the streets of Washington and announce to the world that we are ready for the restoration of Biafra and for the whole world to come and help us and join us to restore our great nation, Biafra. Those of us in Abia North Senatorial District, which is in Umuahia Province, we are galvanizing our efforts to make sure that our sector of Biafra land is on lockdown with the message of IPOB. If you hear from that sector, then the local government area, Arachuku local government area, Hafia, Ikuana, our brother from Finland that just now called Umunochi. Who am I forgetting? That sector, please feel free to join us. Let us put our resources together to make sure that we help restore Biafra. You could call Mazi Paul Okronkwo out about POB London at +44 753 641. And 5024, or you can call me Uche at +1 73. Two 912-6087. Mazi Mefor. You were talking about the issue at hand at home now. Where we can see a concerted effort by the Fulani to make sure that we Igbos our subjugation is continued and that they establish a system